Okay, that's all I want to know. I don't know how to do this. That's why
You don't need to do anything.
I don't. Cindy got me on. So where is your wife?
She's swimming.
She's what?
She's swimming in the pool with Case.
Okay, she's not on yet. Okay.
No. No.
Where's Dad?
Here you go.
There he is.
On the outside.
Sid, how's your camera not working?
It's because there's an update that I have to do
Hello,
that takes
Grandpa.
about 45 minutes.
Sydney has a pimple.
Sid has a pimple. Sid, you got a pimple? Is that
Yeah,
the
I've got multiple.
Where are you, Judy? Outside?
who's,
I'm
that,
outside on the deck. Yep.
who's that person with sunglasses? I don't. You going incognito?
Look how cool Aunt Judy is.
Oh, that's my sister.
Well, she may need it for the sun we have.
It's gorgeous out.
It's a nice day today.
Where's Steph?
What are you doing?
They're all swimming.
Bailey, your hair's so long.
What are you doing?
I chopped 4 inches off.
It's still so long.
Yeah.
I haven't maxed out.
Um,
I'm like
Did Dad like his gift?
chopped all off.
250.
Did Dad like his gift?
He cried.
your
I cried a little
RPO or
bit.
is
Joey
that-
cried.
Aw.
Is that your like?
So Bailey, what did you do? Did you give a picture to the person?
Yeah, I did.
And how much? And well, I won't ask you now what they charge, but I'm just curious. Will they do anybody if you just send them a picture?
I don't.
I think
Really
so.
want
I'm on a
on my
Facebook
deadlifts and
group
squats,
that's like
I don't know, but,
USA made
like,
products
I
or
don't bench because I
you
don't
know
have
people put their
spotters,
artwork
so
on there,
I'll go
and so
there
I
and stuff
just
like that.
messaged
Yeah,
her and
so
asked me or asked her if she'd make me
That's all.
something, and she said yes she would.
I haven't.
So
And then you did the framing, or did
Yeah.
they frame it too?
I framed it, but it was pretty easy process. I think it only took her like 10 days or from start to finish
Wow.
to send to me.
Wow,
Yeah. So
that is such a
Look
great
at the
picture.
camera. Grandma, look at the camera.
You're talking, so I'm listening.
Dad, don't. She's
Look at the
doing
camera.
just fine.
Okay, can you see her, Sid?
Yeah, I can see her.
I'm not looking right. I'm half like here.
She wants to see herself.
Don't rock the boat, Dad.
You got your hair done, Mom.
What's that in here?
Good.
You got your hair done.
You noticed, yeah, about time.
So did Aunt Judy.
Well, it's about time, huh? Well, we had to wait. You know, Chicago is very different than Arizona.
I mean, Arizona's taken some steps backwards, if you know what I mean.
Because
Yeah,
they went,
better.
they didn't shut down fast enough, and they opened too fast.
They
the
sure
reverse.
did.
We shut down right away, and we're slowly opening. This weekend, I think we can eat in a restaurant, but you can only have the maximum of 25 people in the restaurant.
crazy.
Now, some of these restaurants accommodate more people, and they don't make any money on 25 people.
Mhm.
But they don't want to get the virus.
Not the virus.
So Stuart, it's your day. It's Father's Day. We should all be paying attention to you.
And Joe.
What have you done? What have you done special today for yourself?
I got my family together. For me, that was very, very
Aw.
special.
Very important. Very important.
And I got everybody on a Zoom call that wasn't able to make it. So for me, it's very special.
What did he say? I didn't hear that.
I got
I
everyone,
didn't hear that. What'd you say?
Speak up, Dad.
for those that couldn't make it, I put them on a Zoom call.
Oh, okay. Where's Sydney?
I'm here. My camera's not working. It's my
Oh.
whole company's having the same problem with their Zooms. So
Back me.
what'd you say, Dad?
Nothing, Sydney.
No, fucking say it.
They all have acne.
Oh, cool. I can try. Let me try logging on from my phone and see if that works. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Is your phone through your work?
No, I'm using my work computer right now. So if I use my phone to log onto the link, maybe it'll work.
Get adjusted. My back hurts.
All right, we're trying
So
to.
Stuart, do you have anything special or words of wisdom as a father you'd like to share with us?
Did you prepare a speech?
You know, I
How about your favorite memory as a dad?
Oh, that. It's when I was born. Say no more. When Sydney was born. The end.
Talking about some of the fun memories that we've had. Probably, I remember when Joey was talking back to his mom when he was a little kid, and I told him that he needed to be respectful. And so I dropped him off on the corner of Lincoln and Fifth Avenue, which was not a bad neighborhood, but it was scary for him. So I tried to teach him a lesson. I remember that as a memory. Do you remember that, Joe?
You drove away.
Oh, I drove away.
You dropped me off in your Celica.
How long did you leave him there,
You better.
Stuart?
He was throwing a fit,
What's
and I
that?
made him get on
How long did you leave him
the
there?
around the block. And I was like, "You done?"
I threw a fit because you got a dog, and I asked you not to.
No, he threw a fit because Sydney was something with Africa.
I don't remember. There
He
she
did throw a
is.
fit over there.
There she is. Sydney, we
looks
see
like-
you, Sid.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I got rid of you.
Thank you.
And so one of my favorite memories about Bailey was teaching her how to ride a bike. And she had
How old was she, 13 or 14?
and she
I
had
think
a,
I was 4.
had
I
a
think
helmet
she learned to ride a
on.
horse before. before
Yeah, she could ride a horse before she could ride a bike. My favorite memory of Grandma is when she took me to Kittyland, and there was a baseball game. It was a pinball game, and you would push a button, and the ball would come down the chute, and then I'd hit the button to try to hit the ball. And so Grandma didn't understand the game too well, so she hits the button and I swing, and she got enamored with hitting the button, so she hit the button again and I swung. Then she starts hitting the button, and the balls are just coming. And I can't swing fast enough. Game over.
That was Kittyland on,
Dad, what is your favorite memory of your dad?
Of my dad.
Yeah.
I remember when we opened up Medical Arts Pharmacy, and my dad came out, and I had these banners that said "Now Open," and he went outside with me to the palm trees, and he helped me nail the banners up. And so I remember that, and I have another funny story for him as well. There was this guy that would come into Medical Arts Pharmacy every year, and he would charge us to test our fire extinguishers. And if they passed the fire extinguisher, he'd put a new tag on that it was good for another year. And so the first time he came in, I thought he was really from the fire department. It was like $10. So I paid him $10. He goes outside, he squeezes the hose, it works. He comes in the next year, it's $15. He comes in the next year, I got the game now. It's now $20. But he's giving me the tag, so I think it's legit. He comes in the next year, and Grandpa's there, Dad's there. And this is an older gentleman. And I'm thinking, this guy's been taking my money for years, $10, $15, $20. So Dad starts talking to this guy, and they hit it off. And this guy needed some recommendation on some vitamins or something. And Dad went out front and got him about $30 worth of vitamins and sold them to this guy. And I said to myself, we're even.
that's a good story. That's a good story.
It's a true story. Yeah.
Grandma, you remember that story?
I have no story.
No.
I have I don't know. I have to think.
I remember Grandpa told me a story about his dad, great grandpa Morris, about he would get up early in the morning to go to the pharmacy. And my dad was out one night partying, and he was out all night. And he just got home, and he was sneaking into the house, and he had just laid down into bed. He was exhausted. And
Oh, I remember that story. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Grandpa came in the room and said, "Oh, Louis, you're awake. What are you doing up so early?" And Dad popped up and said, "I'm going to play tennis with someone." And he got up and he put on his tennis shorts or whatever, and he went to the tennis courts and fell asleep and laid on the bench and fell asleep.
Do you remember that story, Judy?
I do.
I that was a funny story. Not then, but later on. Let's see. What story could I tell? I don't know. Go ahead, Sydney.
Sydney, what's your favorite story about that?
That's a hard one.
There's so
How
many.
old were you? How old were you though when he died? Do you remember him?
Oh, Dad, she's talking to you because you're still alive.
Oh, I thought it. No, I can't remember. I have to think. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Sid?
How about when we
I'm
got?
listening
How about
to
the best
Grandma.
thing? I'm sorry. What?
Grandma's speaking. I'm listening to her.
Oh no, I was just saying. How about when we got married? That's the best part of it. The best part of the story is when we got married.
Tell us the story.
That's the story, getting married.
So I
That's it.
I seriously, I have to think of something. I can't take it off the top of my head. Go ahead, Sydney.
I honestly can't pinpoint a favorite story. I have so many favorite memories. I don't think that I could pinpoint. I think the one that first comes to mind, this isn't a good story, but it's the one where I almost got hit by a car when Dad was teaching me how to ride a bike.
And
Your grandpa was there?
No, just we're talking about my dad.
Oh, your dad. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's the only thing that comes to. That's the first story that comes to mind. But there are many stories. All the base. Oh, I have one. When Dad flew me home in 2017 to go to the All-Star game of the Diamondbacks, Game 7, I believe it was either Game 7 or It was Game 4 because they were getting swept by the Dodgers. And Archie Bradley hit his very first triple of all time in his career. Even though they still lost, that was a lot of fun. That's my story.
Second story.
all right, Joe man.
I think I have two stories. First story was, I'll start with when I was the youngest, and Mom and Dad had enrolled me into a basketball league for the first time ever. I've never played in any like organized sport, but I played in this organized JCC Jewish community something basketball league. Community center. And either way, my team wasn't very good. I felt like I was an asset to the team, which clearly I was. And my team was losing. I think we lost. I don't remember the details all that clearly. I just remember the outcome of the result of what happened is that I was very emotional about losing the game. Very, very emotional. And I stormed out of the arena and I walked like myself, around the side of the building, very upset. And Dad came out and I was very upset. And he came out, he saw me and I was standing there and I was crying and I was, not happy. And I was, wondering why, we lost. And I didn't understand how it was possible, this and that. And he explained to me, you just always try your hardest. Doesn't matter what it is. Just don't ever give up. Doesn't matter if you lose or win, just always do your best. That was a memory that I'll never forget. The other memory that I have was just of him and me. Every day he'd come home from work to the Donna Lane house in Paradise Valley, and I'd be ready to go. I wanted to play, and we had a basketball hoop in the driveway, and we'd play basketball for 3 hours, just nonstop. And that was probably the best.
And Sydney would ride around on her tricycle singing, "Come to the river, casino, river, casino." Do you remember that, Sydney?
Gila River Casino.
Gila River, thank you. She remembers that. And you would just ride your tricycle around, ride your tricycle.
Sure. Do you remember when you tried to show me how to ride a bike?
Yes.
I
In
never
the
learned.
alley on Richmond Street.
One time.
Yes.
One time.
Yes.
Didn't work.
No.
I needed more than one. No, I didn't fall. I needed more than one lesson.
Yes.
It's too late now, isn't it?
Only if you want it to be, I guess. We could do a virtual.
Yeah, sure, of course.
All right, Bailey, you got a story?
Oh gosh. I have a few, I guess. The one that sticks out the most is Dad didn't take me to a lot of barrel races, but the one time he did, he wanted to take the truck somewhere, and I witnessed him run over a metal barrel and keep going.
Okay.
I know. It was,
I think he knew he hit the barrel, but he's like,
he didn't want to stop. It was too embarrassing. He had to
yeah,
keep.
if I
keep
acknowledge it,
going.
then it's embarrassing. If I don't, then
Yeah.
it's not embarrassing.
But that was pretty funny. But they don't bend. The truck broke. Anyhow, and then the other one would be going up and down the hill at golf course near Paradise Valley on our bikes, and we thought it was so big, and we took it, or we went back, like, I don't know,
Remember
2
that?
years ago,
Remember
and
that?
it's the tiniest hill ever, and we thought we were going so fast.
We were.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget you were young then. You thought it
Yeah,
was
I
today. No.
it's bigger than it was. It's like it's not a very big incline. It's only 6 feet long.
Very
like,
low
it's just-
grade.
Yeah, minor stuff.
Kind of like a ram.
It was like a handicap ramp. Is what it was. Anyhow, but yeah, those are my two.
I remember one time, Dad and I we were trying to pitch. I had just started playing baseball, and I was never very good at baseball. Actually, I was really bad at baseball. And being a pitcher, I guess, was like the idea of me playing baseball. I should try and get good at doing that if I was going to play. In our backyard, we had a little bit of a mound or a little bit of a elevation, some dirt that like was left over from a project in the past. Dad and I were playing catch, and we had a dog named Violi. And I kept telling Dad, I'm like, Dad, let's get the dog inside. I don't want to hit the dog because I'm throwing the ball as hard as I can.
Dude, you have to realize we're about 20 feet apart. It's a straight line between me and Joe. Straight line. The dog is over there. Dog's nowhere, not even in the same neighborhood. Probably was in a different zip
We
code.
had a very large backyard, and the dog was even close to us. However, I had a fear that the dog would come over to us, and I would hit the dog if I kept throwing. Dad assured me, never going to happen. Not going to happen. Just let's just go. So I said, okay. So I grabbed the two seams of the baseball, and I throw the ball as hard as I can to Dad. Sure enough, as I throw the ball, the dog comes running right across the path of the pitch and hits him directly in the head.
Oh, no.
And I threw this ball as hard as I possibly could, maybe 70 mile an hour fucking fastball.
Okay.
Anyways, the dog literally lost consciousness for like a second, didn't know who he was, didn't know who I was barking at him, was barking at me. And I was like, Dad, I told you. I told you.
My God.
Yeah. So that was funny.
The dog was fine, by the way.
He was fine. He lived to be
Could
old.
do that again.
Old. I think he was half Haley, right?
Mm-hmm. Sid, did you want to chime in before Aunt Judy goes?
No, go ahead.
I have nothing. Judy. Oh, Judy, I'm sorry. Judy. Go ahead, Judy.
Yeah, so I've got a couple. So I think my all-time favorite memory was in St. Louis. The dinner party that we had the night that Stuart finished pharmacy school. And he got up and gave a speech. And it was momentous, and it was incredible, and everybody was so incredibly proud of him, and huge accomplishment. And I remember being in that room celebrating. So that would be the first. The second would be a place called Fillins, which is I'm not sure it exists anymore. It was a ball field on Devon Avenue, maybe 5 minutes from where we grew up, where Stuart would play ball, that I would go see him play.
The stadium.
And the excitement and the ability to watch a sibling that's doing that was pretty incredible, and a memory I definitely will never forget.
Yeah, Fillin Stadium. You know, when we grew up in Chicago, it's not like here in Scottsdale or Phoenix, where you have these really nice fields where they water the fields and it's manicured and they drag it. In Chicago, if it rained that day and kids walked across the mud and made mud tracks in the field, that's how you play, with mud tracks in the field. So to be able to play at Fillin Stadium, a real stadium, was a real treat. Thanks. And Judy and your whoever you dated at the time, you guys came to a lot of my games. I always appreciated that. Thank you. I remember that. Thank you. I remember you came out to Humboldt Park. I played out there for a while. You came out there and watched me play. I played third base that day. Had a ball go right through my legs. I don't remember that or not, but I remember that. right through my legs. And you were there to watch that. I'll do it. I remember that.
I'll chime in real quick because that reminds me of the time that he would bring me to his softball games in the morning. They would be on the weekends, and they would be early in the morning, and it was all like, all men's league. And he insisted that I played with the team, and I actually played like outfield. Again, I was not a very good baseball player. That obviously segues into not being a very good softball player. However, I was maybe 10 years old, and he put me in the outfield, and he convinced the rest of the team that that's where I should be. I don't know what compelled him to do that, but like he insisted that like that's what happened, and it happened. I still, to this day, I was like, that's unreal. Like I was a child playing with a bunch of men, and that was because of him.
Wow. Wow.
Good job. Yeah.
So Stuart, can we segue away from favorite memory, and can we talk about what is our favorite or most significant item that we have where we live that either reminds us of Stuart, or Stuart gave to us, or has some specialness in the place that we live right now?
Like an item?
Yeah.
He gave me a heart like plaque thing that says "I love you" to the moon and back.
And where is it?
It's in my room on like my dresser thing.
And about how long ago?
I don't know, 5 years ago, maybe, a while ago.
Wow. Wow.
What about you?
Mac computer.
I was gonna say he recently, yeah.
Can I show you something that Stuart gave me?
Yes, please, Mom.
I don't know, can you read it?
Hold it up to the camera.
Wait, this way. All right, wait a minute. Go this way. Can you read it?
Yeah. Mother's
Mother's
love can't be measured.
And it's like a ruler. And how long, do you remember you gave it to me, Stuart? How long ago?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
1989 to 1990.
Oh my gosh.
It's a long time, isn't it?
Yes.
I thought, I still have it
Sydney, what about you?
right by me. Yeah, right here.
Well, I'm staring at the TV that Dad ever so graciously purchased for us. But not only that, my baseball gloves, I still use them 2 to 3 times a week. So whenever we play, it reminds me of Dad.
All right, and Judy, you're up.
So I've got a problem. So just hold on one second. Just a second. I lost everybody. Okay. So I don't know if you can see. Wait a minute. I'm going to try to.
Sister, you were the one I always hold on. Now you're the friend I always lean on. Stuart sent it to you.
So just to give you some idea, that is at least 20 years old.
So we keep things, don't we? From loved ones, right?
Dad, you're such a sappy guy.
I've got this clay model that my sister made me when she went to Camp Yehuda. It's a clay model, and she put 2 holes in it for an eyes, a hole, and then she used like a pencil to make a smile, and then she painted it. I still have it.
And I still cannot do anything artistic. So that was probably the best thing I ever made, Stuart.
Well, it'll go up for auction when I'm dead. We'll see what it goes for. And then Sydney gave me, and I want to say Bailey gave it to me too. Butterfly kisses. You guys made that?
Oh yeah.
The little heart thing.
Yeah.
I have it. It sits in my bedroom. Butterfly kisses. And let's see. I can think of a couple things that Joey's given me. Grandma, are you okay?
No, I have something else, but it's on the wall. It says, my mother, my friend. Isn't it? And it's like a poem, but I have it on the wall and I don't think I'll be able to put it back on. So I think it's wonderful.
Stuart, finish what you were saying.
So, it's not Stephanie. Sydney says I'm so sappy, right? So she's probably right. And Stephanie bought me a box because I saved my cards. So when you guys give me cards, I save my cards.
I do too.
Oh, so it must be the genes. So,
I
Joe
don't.
always give me very.
Sorry.
You have to say that.
What you say? I missed it. Say it again. Get it if you can get it. Oh, it's me. I don't mind.
What are you showing?
Hey, we're inside talking to Grandma
Oh, this is,
and Judy. It's already blown up. Come on in and get it. And everyone's here, so come in and say hi. And Judy said. And so Joey always gives me very thoughtful, handwritten, heartfelt cards, right? And then he told me once that he rotates. Sometimes he gives me a heartfelt card, and then sometimes he gives me a funny card. Remember that? Yeah. And I've saved them all. So, and to tell you else how sappy I am, so Aunt Judy recently sent me about 2-3 months ago 3 photo books, like a big box of old photos. And
did you give him some? You gave him some?
and I took them out today, and everyone's been looking at them. Joey, Hunter, Bailey. We got to see, there's a wedding announcement for Rhea getting married. We saw Grandpa Morris. We saw your family, Grandma. I sent some pictures out yesterday of Grandma being held by her mom with Aunt Charlotte when they were babies. So that was a great gift that my sister sent me, memories, so that my kids can see their ancestors. And
You can't buy that. No.
no,
No.
you can't buy it.
Pictures you can.
So
It
we
was
love
very nice of you to give him some of the pictures. Absolutely.
Sydney. She died. She's
Who?
gone. Sydney's
I
gone.
think her phone died.
Oh,
So
Okay.
that's a legacy, and I think, Stuart, I'm really appreciative of what you're doing with your kids, because I think the thing that's most important is telling the stories now, so that when we're not around, they will have the memories, not just the pictures, right? But the stories. I'm sure you guys all know, right, that if you read anybody that will talk about history ever, the one thing they'll tell you is that what people remember the most are stories. And the best way that you could ever teach any subject at all is through stories. So the fact that you've got the pictures are great because they're something tangible, but more relevant is telling the stories behind, because that's what people are going to actually remember, that they will tell their children and their grandchildren.
So Grandma, you gotta start telling more stories.
what's that?
You gotta start telling more stories.
Unfortunately, I can't remember all these things. I'm a little too old. That's the problem. It is. You just don't remember. I do know that you say it's important to tell the story, which I absolutely agree with you. But sometimes if you have the picture in front of you, oh, I forgot that story. So you remember that story. Or sometimes when you tell the story, you say, yeah, this is at the time of that story. So sometimes they intertwine together, a picture as well as a story. Many times you don't have the picture, of course, so you got the story. That's more important. But the others in itself is as important too. But I'm sorry, I just can't remember a lot of things.
You will, as you keep talking and sharing things, you'll remember to share more. So Bailey, Hunter, how you guys feeling about getting on an airplane?
Oh,
When are we getting on an airplane?
I thought you were coming to visit me this summer.
I want to, but with coronavirus, should I?
You're not comfortable yet?
I don't know if I am comfortable yet.
Well, the city is opening back up. Today, I took a 6-mile walk along the lakefront.
sure.
So all of the things are starting to open back if you feel comfortable. And if you read in the paper, I think it was yesterday or today, there was a very extensive article about what the airlines are doing. As an example, Southwest and Delta are not putting people in the middle seats.
Good.
United American will not allow you on without a mask.
Good.
They have all of these pieces of equipment that they're using inside the plane, and they have completely eliminated like selling food or open beverage on a plane. So if you feel compelled, I would just encourage, it might even be the cheapest time ever to fly because they need people to fly. So I just want to extend that invitation again.
Of course. Well, maybe we'll plan something for like August. Does that work for you?
I'm not going anywhere. My next trip is October, like the 3rd week of October. And so far they have not canceled it.
Where are you
So-
going? Where are you going?
You know, I'm having very hopeful feelings.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Singapore, I'm going to Bali, and I'm going to Indonesia to see the Komodo dragons.
Awesome. Okay.
October, did you say October?
Yeah.
Well, by then, who knows? Everything could, who knows? Keep your fingers crossed.
Yep, I don't know. You know, if the weather were better in Arizona, I'd come out, but I'm not interested in coming into your heat.
Yeah.
You know, like right now I'm sitting on my deck and it's the most magnificent weather that you can imagine.
Aren't you jealous? See, we have a wonderful summer. Of course, you have a wonderful winter. But
Yeah, that's why I go there.
our winters have not been bad like we used to have. Really, right, Judy? You tell her. Yeah.
I thought it was
It's still pretty bad and I have no interest in being here for the winter. But I
I'm
just,
not talking about if you can go away. I used to go away, but I can't anymore. So I have to take whatever they have. And I've been able to go out in the winter. You know, with me, my health and everything, my age, it's difficult, but I've been going out in the winter. I have.
that's great. Bailey, what were you going to say?
Oh, I'm sorry, dear.
I don't, but if August is good for you, we can buy
Yep.
tickets tonight. Hopefully everything's a little bit more under control by then.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. You know, I think we're all kind of living in a way day to day,
Yeah.
not knowing what this is going to bring or, you know, how people are going to be. I think it's really a crapshoot. I know out where you live, you don't have it. So it's not like you
I
are
guess
surrounded.
we do now.
Where you live.
Pardon me?
No, I guess we do in Casa Grande.
In
We
Casa
have
Grande,
it now,
tell
too. But I didn't hear about it until yesterday that we're having like a major increase as well.
Where?
In Casa Grande.
In the actual community, there's known COVID virus people?
Yeah. So I don't know anyone, but I was talking to someone yesterday who she said that their family had like a Memorial Day get together and like a few of them came back sick and one died and I don't, but that's the only person I've heard of. I don't know anyone myself.
You know, when I turn off the highway to come to you, there was like a shopping area.
Yeah.
Do those people, when they go there, do they wear masks?
Some people, not everyone.
No, because it's not compulsory, is it?
Mm-mm.
It's not.
Yes, now it is.
Oh, now it is. Now,
starting
no.
Monday.
Yeah, he just a couple days ago just came out with that.
Because they
But
didn't. That's
Bailey-
why they've got so much.
Bailey, is that safe to go, that shopping area?
I go. I don't
You don't wear a mask, do you?
know.
Bad. Take it from us. We live here. We know what's going on here.
Hunter, when you're going out to the different areas to do your work, are folks that any of your clients or any of the people that you see, are any of them infected?
One of my clients' wife has it. She's a nurse, but
So you don't wear masks.
she said the first couple days were she felt like crap, and then after that she was fine. But they're all quarantined and stuff. Like
Sure, they
all
are.
my clients are kind of keeping a little more distance right now, which is fine.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, I could understand, especially if you're going on their property.
Yeah,
You know, it's probably pretty easy for you to stay 6 feet away from them.
yeah.
And especially if what you're doing is with the horse, it's not like you have to be with them.
Always
Yep.
pinching it on your nose.
So
Yeah.
that makes it makes a huge difference for the kind of work you do.
I
So I
prefer to distance myself from people anyway.
People that reuse it.
Well, there you go. Now you just got it mandated.
Yeah, there you go.
Now everybody else is going to have your personality.
There you
So, like,
go.
I would wear one.
We all became you.
I understand that I
Uh-oh.
touch something on a shelf. I don't want that one. Someone else touches it.
What's Bailey saying?
Bailey? You're up. There you go. Is it okay?
Nothing.
Oh,
About to head out.
Yep.
okay, I got it. Well, it was wonderful being together. I really appreciate, Stuart, you convening us. I thank you. Joey, it was nice seeing you. Bailey,
Nice seeing you, Joey. Say hello to your wife
guys.
and your son.
And
Yeah.
Haley?
yeah, send my love to Case. I know that he's in the pool or outside.
It's having fun right now.
You must love it.
Soaking it up for sure.
All right, Mom, we love you. It'll just automatically turn off, okay?
But how will I get back to my
Automatic. Just we'll close it with the red X.